especially with the Libra men, and Capricorn and Libra men bring out the side in me still to this day. Now I just deal with it differently. They bring out the voice, so I understand where she's coming from. So with Six of Swords, Knight of Wands, and the Hierophant, so she must have some Taurus. I think she must have a Mars in Taurus, which explains that the hotness, because so do I. But she's trying to act like she's having fun. Welcome back to No Light Tarot. My name is Halle. So grateful to have you all. Let's get into this reading. I'm really excited to be doing this. Please make sure you're subscribed and like the video. It really does help with the algorithm. Speaking of algorithms, I coded an app, my first app that's published. It's published on Apple App Store, so check it out. It's called I Love Me. 30 days of self-love. It's 30 days of affirmations, and you set notifications for something challenging that you're going through. Also, I have 2 great memberships available. Check them out. Everything is below in the description box. Okay, so let's get into it. I'm using Alicia's Tarot. I'm going to be doing an update on Halle Bailey. Excuse me. We have the same name. I just spell mine differently. Actually, I was supposed to spell... I was named after my great-grandmother. And my full name... I don't want to tell you guys my full name. But, because then you're going to find out stuff about me. But my name is supposed to be with an E. So on some of my documents, it's Hale, and some of it's Hali. So I'm supposed to spell it with an E. But they say my dad spells it wrong. Which I prefer an I, so I'm glad he made that mistake. Okay, so let's get into it. I have received a lot of comments about Halle Bailey, and RRG, and I just want to apologize because I thought that they were twins, her and her sister Chloe. I don't know why I thought they were twins. They look so similar. It's really like, whoa, they look very, very similar, and I suppose they're close in age. So yeah, and I just realized later, once the person told me, I looked at their birthdays. And Chloe's a Cancer, Halle's an Aries, so that makes a lot of sense. So I was accurate in that I said that she would be in her and DDG, that's DDG, right, would break up. And I said that she would be caught, kind of be accused of lying and trying to set him up. So I was accurate. Go back and watch it. Some of you had to remind me because I do many readings and I do personal readings too, so I forget who I've done it on, and what I've said. Only if it's like a hot topic. Even so, like some stuff, somebody will remind me in the comment section. I'm like, oh yeah, I did say that, and I go back and watch it because I'm like, yeah, because it's not me reading this. I read it, but I don't get the downloads. The downloads are given to me. So I said she'd be in hot water, and I just wanted to do an update about it. I believe, I haven't read up too closely about this, but I believe that she was granted a restraining order, I believe, and then he decided to fight back. So let's see her energy, and I think she wanted sole custody. But I just want to tell you guys there's something. I've had 3 major stalkers. 2 of them I had to go to court for. 1 of them I got a restraining order against. And it's very easy to get a restraining order if you're a woman in California. I just want to let everybody know that, because people will say, I read sometimes in the comment section, I didn't read about this, but I'm just saying in general, I'll read sometimes in the comment section, oh, if they got a TRO, which is a temporary restraining order, that it's easy to get, there must have been a reason, but temporary is usually for 90 days, and then you go to court to get a final one. So I've had 2 temporary, and then 1 of them they lifted, but the other one was sustained. So it depends on the situation. So the TRO she got given was usually given to people. I don't want to say that he's wrong, she's wrong, but it's usually given. In California, they'd rather assume to keep the person safe than not. If that makes any sense. I don't know if that makes sense to you, but I was talking to my lawyer about that, and he was like, yeah, it happens, most of the time they give it to you, automatically, especially if there's trespassing, if they say there's trespassing, if you have evidence, and then when you go to court to appeal it, the other person, the defendant, then they can lift it or sustain it. So I do wish her well. I think she has some healing to do. I'm focusing on her because people have asked me to, but I think he has healing to do too. So please don't think I'm taking either of their sides. I think they're both wrong. I want to say that again. I think they're both wrong. Okay, because I did say that in my first reading. I said he ignites her. I remember I said that. I said, as a Sun and Libra, he's a Sun and Libra. I've had Sun and Libra exes. She's not perfect, so I don't want to take away from either, but I can understand where she's coming from, because I've had Sun and Libras men really do shady things to me and then act like, oh, everything's perfect, everything's fine. I'm like, no, it's not fine. You just did something really bad. But yeah. And her being an Aries, she gets lit up very quickly. She gets hot-tempered. She has a hot temper. She fights back. And when I was younger, I used to be like that. I'm very grateful that I didn't have kids. Excuse me, guys. I've been talking the whole day because I had meetings the whole day. I'm going to drink some more water. But when I was like that, when I was younger, I was also, even though I have no fire in my chart, I used to get hot. I wouldn't do anything about it, but I would feel like hotness in my body and just very angry about it. So I'm very glad I didn't have kids younger, because I don't think I would be a great mother. I'm going to be honest. Now it's different because I've done a lot of healing, growing and maturing. But when I was younger, I used to get hot, like hot. And especially with the Libra men, and Capricorn and Libra men bring out the side in me still to this day. Now I just deal with it differently. They bring out the voice, so I understand where she's coming from. So with Six of Swords, Knight of Wands, and the Hierophant, so she must have some Taurus. I think she might have Mars in Taurus, which explains that the hotness, because so do I. But she's trying to act like she's having fun. She's trying to act, but she's actually really sad. And I really would wish, I don't think she is a bad person. I just think she's immature. And I think she has some healing to do. And none of us were born mature. In fact, the opposite. We're all born immature. When we're young, we don't have a full cognitive mindset, cognitive dissonance. We're not all there in the brain. Our full frontal lobe hasn't formed, so we have difficulty forming a full cognitive experience, and critical thinking comes with age too, nuance, all that kind of stuff. So she sees him as enemy bad. I need to keep him away. But a lot of it, I think, stems from her daddy issues. I see has strong daddy issues, but she's going to post on social media that she's great, she's fine, she's having a great life. I see her in water, which she is in Capri, right? She's in Italy, so that's very possible. Italy's so beautiful. Oh my gosh. One day when I get married, I want to get married in Italy. I want to elope in Italy. But she, which actually I have friends that just did that. But she is going to act like I'm having the best time ever. I'm going to warn her. This is going to be used against her in court. He's going to say she's an unfit mother. Now, I'm not on either of their sides, but the child side. I feel for baby Halo. That's the name, Halo. I think Halo. Like I said, I'm really glad I didn't have kids young. I'm telling you, because I would not have been a great mom. You know, I really would not have been. I'm honest about it. When people say, what are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? And I tell people, I want to be a healthy, mature, and loving as much as I can mother. Present mother. And I just don't see it. I don't see it in my past. So I relate to her. I think a lot of women do, you know. And I think that's why a lot of women are rooting for her. Now, I don't want to create a battle of the sexes, because that's not fair. Because both of them are wrong. Both of them are wrong. The only one I really feel for is the child. And it doesn't look to me like they'll ever, it's going to be years and years. I see the next 7 years they're going to be fighting. Knight of Cups, Knight of Pentacles, Page of Pentacles, and Ace of Wands. She's going to find out that he's seeing a woman, and it's going to make her mad. He's seeing someone he said he wouldn't ever see. He's a flirt. I've said this before, Sun and Libras. I've had my 2 worst relationships. Well, one of them, 3 worst relationships. 2 were Libras, 1 Capricorn. And both the Libras cheated on me. They acted like everything was, they would basically gaslight the hell out of me. We'd go on dates and they would look at other women, and I'd just be sitting there like, did you just look at that? Now, when that happens, I just leave, or I just carry on with the date and I don't go back to the person. But I was younger, and when you're younger, you accept behavior that's not normal. It's not normal to go on a date and the person's looking at somebody else. It's just not normal. But I see him doing stuff like this, and it's to make her feel less than. I see him looking at other people's social media, stuff like that, kind of liking other people's stuff, things to make her feel insecure. So she retaliates by acting like she's living, which is a very Aries thing to do. Aries tend to do that, where they act like, oh my gosh, my life's so great, I'm having a blast, my life is amazing, but they go home and cry. That kind of energy. So with the Magician, she's going to act, she just wants to succeed. She wants to do everything she can to prove him wrong, and it's not going to work. It's absolutely not going to work, because he's just going to keep using, it's tough. It's really tough. Situations with people that don't say sorry is very tough, and they're both very stubborn. Aries and Libra are both very stubborn signs, and they're just going to go at it for years. And I really just feel bad for the child. So let's see if we have any advice from the angels of what she can do. I would tell her to let it go, but there is a child she has to think about. Okay, so the advice is to focus on her happiness. And that's such a great advice in general if you're going through turmoil in a relationship, at your job, with your family. Focus on things that make you happy. 2 of Swords, the Wheel, and then she'll really prosper. But I really highly recommend that they get like a mediator for the child, but stop making him out to be a bad guy and really focus on things that make you happy. Not for Instagram, for yourself. Like, I see her, if she takes the healthy route, which is like hiking, enjoying herself, getting back to music, simple things, not the Hollywood fakery, but being true to herself and her, because I see them coming from like Cleveland. Do they come from Cleveland? Small town. And people from Middle America are so sweet. Oh my gosh, such sweet people. But really getting to her roots, and by roots I mean her childhood, all that kind of stuff, and going to therapy, healing from her past, understanding why she responds. You know, when you start to understand why you respond to things, it's not that you won't feel it, you'll just behave differently, you'll take a different route. And not everybody is worth your reaction. Sometimes you can just zip it, because you don't have to have the last word, which Aries are not good at. They are not good at not having the last word. They need to have the last word. So that's what I have for you guys. I love you all. Thank you so much for watching. Please comment, like, and subscribe.